Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard. Today we're out here at North Greenville to take a look at the new Discmania TD. A big thank you to Robert Cleveland from the Play It Again Sports in Greenville for getting this to me. If you've never heard of Play It Again or never been in there, one of the best places to shop for disc golf discs or anything like that. Got a really nice selection of new stuff, and the one in Greenville has a nice used bin. So one of my favorite things to do is to just take some old discs, go over there, sell a bunch of them, and then you can use that as store credit to buy new discs like these TDs or anything else you want to look at in there. So if you're interested in checking these out or any new stuff coming out, please go check them out. But when it comes to the TD itself, this is supposed to be like a straight, slightly understable fairway driver. It's a 10 speed, so it's kind of in that like control driver range. But if you look at the wing and the at least the way it feels in the hand, this does not really feel like it's going to be that understable. It feels more like it's going to be something that might give me like a touch of turn out of the hand, but it's ultimately going to like fight out and fade out just a little bit near the end. So I'm really going to be curious to try this out, and we've also got a nice amount of wind out here, so we'll get to see how it handles some wind. So let's go and get into it. All right, guys, we're on hole 1. This one's a par 3, 230 feet. Right? Yep. Only thing to worry about is obviously we got these trees on either side of the fairway, so we got to kind of keep this a little bit lower than you would want to normally, and we've got some OB off to the left, so we got to be careful about letting this fade out. But for the TD, I'm just going to try and throw it smooth and just see if I'm throwing it like 60 to 70%, if I can actually get any turn out of this at all, or if it's just going to kind of hold straight and fade out or something like that. I do have a little bit of a tailwind, so it's probably going to fade out on me some. Sit. Dang. Oh, wow, that went really far. Dang. Oh, I got a long putt at it. Okay, so after that really fortunate roll, we're back here, probably about 25 feet past the basket. Not too bad. Do a little bit of a headwind for this putt, but we still make it. Oh, dang. Couldn't even get it there. All right, guys, we're on hole 2. This one's a par 3, 280 feet. Basket's up on top of this mound. It looks the same on this side as it does on the right side of the mound, so really just going to try and put this as close as we can. It kind of feels like we got a tail right to left, so it's going to act a little bit more stable than I'm thinking it's going to. So I'm just going to try and throw this out to the right on some hyzer and just kind of get the spike in, like pin high, just at the base of the hill. Give ourselves like a easy layup. Oh, wow. Okay, it might have been more left to right or right to left than I was thinking off the tee. Because that moved way left and that did not flip up at all. So that's good to know. Okay, so it's not too bad. It's pretty much what I wanted. Just I went a little long and a little bit farther left than I would have liked off the tee. But see how it fares as a jump putt disc. Oh, I didn't really mean to run that, but well, let's just lay this up and get out of here. That's bad when you got to account for your putters turning over into wind. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing a lot more stability out of this disc than I was really expecting, which is kind of nice in some ways. Like, it's a 10 speed, you know, it's hard for a lot of people to get these up to speed, but that does suck because it would be nice to have something that's kind of like a slower version of a DD in the Discmania lineup. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe if I can get into some other wind other than a tailwind, maybe we can get some actual like turn out of it. All right, guys, we're on hole 3. This one's a par 3, 290 feet. Basket straight ahead on the other side of this mound. Biggest thing you got to pay attention to is if you're off to the left or the right, you can get in jail pretty quick on this hole. So I'm just going to try and take the TD, throw it out to the right flat, and just see how overstable it really acts. The tailwind's kind of died down a little bit, so we'll see how it flies with a little bit less wind, hopefully. Wow, yeah. Holy crap. Yeah, that's not a -2-1. I'm sorry, but that's not. Okay, so they actually went really far past. I've never really been this far back behind the basket before. I'm probably close to like 45 feet, which is really surprising. With how hard that dumped, I wouldn't have thought I would have got that much glide out of it, but let's see this. Oh, I thought I made that. Man. Ooh, tried to pop back out on me. But yeah, I think that kind of shows you that like the flight numbers are pretty wrong on this. Let's see, so not the next hole, but the hole after that, we're gonna be throwing back into the headwind. So I'm gonna be really curious to see how this flies then, because right now I would say this is almost like a step down from a PD in stability, like barely. So hopefully throwing back into the headwind, we'll kind of see that's a little bit more understable than we're seeing so far. All right, guys, we're on hole 4. This one's a par 3, 240 feet. This one's gonna be tricky because the basket's off to the left. So we really want to throw a hyzer, but we've got a crosswind coming from right to left. And I've got to throw it over this mound, so I've got to give it height. So it's gonna be really hard not to get to go too far left. So I'm just gonna have to be smooth with it. Probably, well, if I throw it flat, I'm probably gonna go too far. So I'll just have to give it a little bit less power and just hopefully don't throw it into like the field across the fence or something. That looks really good. If that got a good skip, we'll probably have like an inside circle putt. We almost got up there for a putt, but got blocked by this little dirt mound. So let's see if we can make this really long tailwind putt. Oh, what? Didn't drop it at all. What the heck? All right, guys, we're on hole 5. This one's a par 3, 270 feet. Basket straight ahead on top of this rock. We also are throwing into an island green where if we don't cross inbounds, we got to take it from the drop zone over here. But for the island, it's pretty wide, but it doesn't have a ton of depth. So you really want to try and put it short of the basket. Throw it about 250, 270, or 260. Throwing back into a headwind. So I think what I'm going to do is just throw a hyzer with it, and just because that way, even if it does flip a little bit into the headwind, it's still going to keep moving left. Hopefully not to go too far. So we'll just try to throw it out to the right on some hyzer, see if we can get the stick in the island. Ooh, then it flipped. Oh, okay. There it is. Wow, okay. So yeah, all that overstability we were seeing on the first 3 holes is definitely because of the tailwind, because that completely flipped to flat and turned into that headwind. Jeez, okay. That's good to know. Oh, go in? Ooh, sit. Ah, crap, I think I went out of bounds again. Woo, let's go. All right, guys, we're on hole 6. This one's a par 4, 618 feet off the tee. We're trying to either lay up to this gap or get through this gap marked by the 2 buildings right here, which is double Mando. And then from there, we're going about another 300 to 350 feet to the right. Try not to go out of bounds on this walking trail, but the basket's way down here at the end of this row of cedar trees. We're throwing into a tailwind again, but it's kind of calmed down a little bit, so I'm hoping this will kind of act a little bit more neutral than it's been acting. I'm just going to throw it straight, just see if it holds a straight line. Nope, that's it. That's it. Okay. That's fine. It's going to be a long shot from there, but throwing that crosswind will hopefully help us at least get some turn out of it, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so I set myself up pretty much perfectly with the gap. I'm going to be in about that 350 range to the basket. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a touch of anhyzer out of the hand, because I don't mind bringing the OB path into play because I can throw this past it because it's only about 300 to clear it typically. So if I give it a touch of anhyzer, that crosswind is going to kind of hold it over the whole time and just keep it away from this tree line on the left, which is really the main thing I need to make sure I don't do is get in that tree line on the left. So touch of anhyzer out of the hand, give it some height, just kind of let it push straight and bend right and hopefully flatten out and kind of fight out maybe near the end. We'll see. Just like that. Oh wow, that stayed out of it fast. Okay, well, that should be okay. I'll probably be like inside circle 2, but I won't have a putt. So hopefully I can get up and down. Oh, dang. I knew I was gonna have to go through that tree just a little bit to get it there. Dang, I thought I made that. All right, guys, we're on hole 7. This one's a par 3, 270. Basket's up here in the tree line, straight ahead of us. It's almost like a little coin slot though that you've got to hit, because as you can see, the ground goes up just in front of the basket, and you've got a low ceiling. So really just got to get the height right on this. Got a right to left wind, so I'm just going to throw this a little bit out to the right, and as long as I give this perfect height, I should get down there for a manageable putt. Ooh, fought out of it, kick left. Okay, we'll probably have an obstructed putt, but we'll be inside the circle. Oh, dang it. All right, guys, we're on hole 8. This one's a par 4, 450 feet. We're going straight down this hill for about 350 feet, and the fairway dog legs left, with the basket being tucked up in there about 100 feet. Off the tee, I think I'm just going to throw this flat, just straight at the gap, and then hopefully this headwind will kind of get it to turn a little bit. Hopefully it'll kind of flatten out and just push straight and get me down there to where I can kind of have some kind of approach shot into the gap, and then hopefully get up and down for a par. We will see. I'll come out just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, see, in the headwind that actually flies like I would imagine a -2-1 would fly. I could throw it flat, get some nice turn out of it, and have it kind of flatten out and push straight. So, I don't know, maybe I just don't have enough arm speed to get it to do that. One thing I haven't tried with it is I haven't tried a forehand. This would be about the best place to do it. Just hit it flat, let me spin. Oh. Okay. I can actually run that putt from there. Should be like edge of circle 2, maybe. Nope. All right, guys, we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. This one's a par 3, 390 feet. We are going uphill, so I would say this plays closer to about 420, 430. But only thing to really worry about is the walking path off to the right, which is out of bounds. So all I really got to do is just get this to just push straight the whole way, and we'll get up there for easy up and down for par. Just got to make sure I don't turn this over. I do want to give this some anhyzer out of the hand to give it some height. So I think we still have that little bit of crosswind. The wind's kind of died down a little bit. But as long as I give this a good amount of height, give this enough width, it shouldn't get out into that walking path. Just hold that, hold it, hold it. All right, now drop. Okay, that's perfectly fine. All right, let's finish on the highlight. Oh, that was terrible. All right, guys, that finished up our round out here with the TD. I gotta say I'm pretty happy with how it flew. I was expecting it to kind of be a little bit more overstable, just based on the hand feel more than anything else. But I was pretty happy to see that it's not really an overstable disc, and it's not really an understable disc, for me at least. It's something I can manipulate in my hand and get it to do different things in the air while still staying in the air and being basically what you want out of a control driver. Something that's gonna give you a lot of distance, but something that's gonna give you a lot of whatever movement you need, but it's gonna hold a tighter line like a fairway driver. I don't really have a place in my bag for this at the moment, but I definitely would recommend this for people. I would say this is better for people who have a little bit more arm speed than me, or people that have a little bit less arm speed than me. Because if you have more arm speed than me, you're going to get this to turn consistently, and if you have less arm speed than me, then you're probably going to get this to fade out on you and be more overstable consistently. Whereas with me, I'm like, if I throw it into a tailwind, it's going to act really overstable. But if I throw it into a headwind, it's going to act really understable. So it's just something that's not really going to work with my arm speed. I would be interested to see how these beat in, because I think for me at least, this would be something I would really enjoy as like something I could hit flat. Know it would turn a little bit, flatten out, and kind of fade a little bit. Kind of how my teal arc flies, but this would probably give me more distance because this thing has a ton of glide. So definitely would recommend this for like a beginner player who's just trying to get into like those 10 speeds, trying to get into control drivers and distance drivers, because this is something that's going to give you a nice amount of overstability. But as you get more arm speed and as the disc beats in, this is going to go from your overstable slot to your straight slot to all the way over to probably your understable slot in not too long, especially this S-line plastic, which beats in pretty quick. But I would definitely say this disc was designed for people with bigger arms who are looking for that neutral to slightly understable fairway driver, something that they can get to flip to flat, turn, and like kind of flatten out, or do whatever you need to with a control driver. But once again, a big thank you to Play It Again in Greenville and Mr. Cleveland for getting me this disc. If you want to check this out, or any other drops that are coming out soon, or just want to browse some discs in person, I'd definitely go check them out at Play It Again Sports in Greenville. I'll put the address and everything else up on the screen as well. So please go check them out. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and y'all have a good one.